That's another factor.
Welcome back, everyone, here to Game 2, the Summit 3 qualifiers. Not today versus Void Boys here in the quarterfinals as we move into the bracket stage of the qualifiers. So, I know, pretty important matches. Of course, it's double elimination, so if they lose here today, no one is gone. You're just going to drop down to losers round 1. But who wants to be a loser in round 1, 2, 3, and even in loser finals? It's a lot of time spent being a loser, so they'll try to persevere. Get to those semifinals. We've got Troll and Batrider banned out. Earthshaker now also getting kicked out of this game. And of course, your casters, I'm Helium, and joining me again is Blaze.
Yeah, had a lot of fun with the first game, man. I mean, of course, it went the distance, really, really long game, but Patzol versus Smash, it really came down to that clash there. And I gotta say, I was really impressed by Smash, the way he was able to get the song TP out, the refresher right back in when they were in pursuit of things all the way down to the river. Like, it really just showed how you can manipulate the entirety of the map to control your opposition, and obviously they took the key objective there, taking the throne. So really nicely done. And I think that with that kind of mentality, picking apart your opponents, singling out their strength when it's at its weakest, and that's an important mentality to have to follow through. But Void Boys, they'll bounce back with a little bit more information about what to ban out here and maybe a different draft at hand.
All right, and actually, before we get too far into the draft, let's just get the announcements out of the way here, I suppose. So, if this does go to a Game 3, it's going to be different casters. I don't even know who was casting before all this internet issues happened, but I don't know. I'm guessing Zyori or Coddle Guy or someone, probably on Beyond the Summit 1, or just the mainstream if this goes down, and I'm sure this will just host that. Some of you already saw it was hosting, so there's a bit of a confusion even between Game 1 and Game 2, but it's us here again for this. If it goes the distance, you'll get refreshed, rejuvenated with some extra casters there. But Sniper taken out once more, so the bans, Batrider obviously not picked first, but banned first, but otherwise the bans pretty much along the same route. I believe it was Shadow Fiend that got also banned out first time last game, so maybe it comes up early on in a draft for either of these teams.
Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, we know what Smash can accomplish, but we've also seen some really cool mid plays from both Beyond and Patzol. The Avenge is going to be the opener here, and even if they're not up against the Batrider, they just were able to use that to pretty good utility. It's also pretty important to cater to what your stand-in is most comfortable with. Although not technically a stand-in, Stinger 03 is kind of a tryout status for the team. They've rotated around a lot of supports over the past month, and this is the one they seem to have settled on. So although he's not formal member, it's kind of informal that they work around his player pool until he gets to expand it with his experience with the team. So for now, getting something pretty simple. I mean, what do you think? Venge is probably one of the easiest supports to really accomplish some kind of synergy with your team, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're winning, like literally just standing next to your team pumps them up quite a bit with your aura, or even dying for that matter, negates some damage from the other team. And even in that first game, sure, he had a ton of deaths, but he also had a lot of assists. And his swaps, he had a few very key swaps in some of those fights. I thought he did a pretty good job. All those fights were very long and extended. Tons of targets to go on and swap to. Obviously, mainly looking for the Flaming Lasso of the Bat, something he won't have to do this time, but looking for a Storm.
Yeah, so really good opener from Void Boys. Very aggressive. This is definitely not going to be the same tempo game that we saw last time around. Like, the Storm Spirit and Lion are really going to be taken to the enemy as soon as they hit level 6. There's some real kill potential, and I think they're not going to be going for the hardest of carries. Patzol, he still likes to kind of farm. Might go for something early tempo like a Juggernaut or something like that. But overall, I really do think that this is going to be a completely different game as far as how the pacing goes. We're not going to just see a few kills here and there for the first 10 minutes, then a crazy mid-game fight breakout, and then everything goes back to passive farming after a couple items are accumulated. But this was kind of surprising. The Axe not being banned out and getting back into the hands of Ifrit, who will most likely take that to the offlane once more.
Lion, though. How I know when we were back practicing for our Candida Cup quals after Lion got that base attack buff, has the hero remained, super popular in the scene?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I wouldn't say like he is a must pick, must ban phase one, but I don't think I've seen any games where he gets completely unmentioned through both phases. Sometimes you want something different, a little greedier. You could go for like an ancient apparition or something, but when it comes down to just raw lane presence and ganking potential, it's hard to beat that line. He really does bring a lot to the table. So yeah, as I expected, just a little bit of damage, and obviously he's got a lot of disable. In fact, I think even in 6.83C nerf the patch, he was nerfed a tiny bit. Just 40 movement speed on the Hex. It's not much, but it's something.
Yeah. Once again, Lena going to be taken out, so not going to see that powerful potential of a Lena mid lane, at which point, well, when she hits level 6, that lane is pretty much always over, no matter who it is going up against the Lena. So not going to see it. Or the sniper. I was really hoping to cast a sniper game, but oh well. Hero's a little good right now. As
Oh,
Juggernaut
haha.
also gets taken out. Yeah, I know. Is that? I guess that's what he says when he drops shrapnel. Is that his
And he
voice
drops it a
line?
lot.
Yeah, I
So,
noticed that spam earlier when I was. What was I even watching? I don't know. Maybe it's probably you earlier, just clicking on the Dota stream. But all right, Silencer. Interesting. I wonder what they have in mind if they're going to try to take out Silencer.
no, they're going to go for the Phoenix here. Really good hero consideration towards the counters of this hero. If Phoenix gets the Icarus dive off, but he was already hit by the last word, he's not able to cancel the dive and just waste his health mostly. So the fact that they take that into consideration, say we don't want Storm to be silenced, we don't want Phoenix to be destroyed in the lane. They take out the silencer option, and they're gonna have some pretty good teamfight control. The Troll Warlord is not an option, so the egg should be relatively secure, but there's still plenty of heroes that buff up attack speed. Beastmaster is probably not the hero of choice because Ifrit Axe is on the table, so I feel pretty similar role in that off lane. But Clockwork shows that they still want to make things interesting, and while this could be a mid Clockwork, it still is most commonly found in the same lane as Axe.
Ooh, a Wind Ranger coming up there, and I mean already mainly the initiation here. I guess you get a Blink Dagger on Lion, and he's a pretty scary initiator. But obviously Storm Spirit once more. Although this time for the other team it'll be Void Boys with that dangerous hero. But already a lot of initiation, and looking at NoT today, both initiation and counter initiation on every single one of those heroes. Like it's going to be some crazy skirmishes early on, or I mean just throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of Wind Ranger as far as her potential damage output. If they run her as another core, that'd be really cool. But is that what Patzel's going to pick up? Like, is he going to just go for like the new meta Aghanim's crit build and just focus on his single target damage that way? Like, it seems really odd to go for a Wind Ranger against an axe in the first place, but to have it as your one position core, it just feels like you're stacking up a house of cards, I guess.
How do you think about mid? I mean, we could see Storm Spirit. Obviously not today. Took it to the safe lane. You could put Wind Ranger middle, which I guess against now we'll see the opposition in that lane. Probably going to be Shadow Fiend here for Smash.
It's going to be tough no matter what. I mean, the laning phase isn't going to be a problem. I have
Yeah.
full faith in the Wind Ranger no matter what lane, but I'm talking like mid game. If she's the target of choice, if she's their focus, then you have to be a little bit concerned she might just get nuked down. But, we'll see. Shadow Fiend only puts out a couple of raises on her at longer range. So if she has a smart position and she gets the Aghanims up pretty quick, then she would have the effective HP she needs to most likely survive. We'll see. But Shadow Fiend is the hero of choice. Really going to be great in the hands of a Van or Smash. Both of them have played it, and if they go up against the Wind Ranger or the Storm, I think they're pretty confident. It's just about making sure the level 1, level 2 play goes well, and making sure that the roaming ganks don't completely tear them apart.
All right, and seeing some of those other bans, I don't know if we did get to them. It was Brewmaster taken out after the Juggernaut for NoT today. Nortrum, the Silence, was taken out, and I still don't really see why. I guess it's just a nuisance
Hmm?
for Storm Spirit or for the
Yep,
Phoenix.
seriously. I mean, the silence is really their problem. This combining out
Yeah.
Skywrath, the silencer, and picking up Drow, like they want to make sure that Storm can cast the spells, the Phoenix can cast the spells. Those ultis are their lifeline. They are gonna live by the spells or die by the spells, and I think that it's really important that those bans come out. But Drow Ranger is actually gonna be Patsol's hero, and that means that either the Phoenix or the Wind Ranger is a support. Which would you prefer?
Uh, I think Phoenix. I don't know. I like to see Wind Ranger able to get some items, some mobility or mobility or damage, whichever sort of build she wants to take. I think it's a little more fun to watch. Phoenix, I mean, just as long as Phoenix can get levels, like his Sunray is unreal, and obviously the egg when you're at like level 11, rank 2, is pretty insane. And speaking of silence, we've got Drow Ranger with some of that.
And now the Disruptor. That's one support that does silence that they left in the pool. I guess it's a little less directly reliable than the Disruptor's Ancient, or sorry, the Skywrath's Ancient Seal. Mysticow at least has to commit an ultimate to kill off a Storm, but it's still a pretty important thing that they left wide open there. So if the Phoenix jumps in, maybe you can glimpse them. It's also really good against Phoenix in the lane because the Icarus dive, you can, as soon as you see the Icarus dive, hit the glimpse, and as if you have 2 points in it, you're almost guaranteed to be in range, and 1 point, you just have to position intelligently. But either way, Omega Poner is going to be taking that Phoenix, and that leaves Mercy Please to perhaps run that offlane Wind Ranger. I'm not the biggest fan of it just because it's kind of at this point where like you want her to get farm, and she's getting levels, but as far as the gold goes, I don't know if she'll have that huge tempo. So she'll go no telly tangos, and it looks like she's going to be in the contested lane.
I forgot. I forgot how to use my config, Blaze.
Uh-oh.
What turns on casting config? Is that it? Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right. For those of you that just heard of Midas, don't worry about it.
So we've got Null Talisman and Wind Ranger. She's going to be in like a dual lane, I think. Like, I actually think they're just going to break it down 2-1-2, and they're going to try to actually get her some farm. And I much prefer that over like a suicide lane role.
I wanted to give you credit on the overlays, Blaze, because I realized I only had mine up. Where are you? Casting by Helium and Blaze. Oh, blowing off the cobwebs there. So we bring it back out. All right, so let's get these introductions. Not today, like that first game. A little bit on the back of Vaughn, but some good farming, creep hitting there by Smash. Also some good songs. But let's do the introductions here for not today. It'll be Mistcow here on the Disruptor, along with Ifrit once more on the Axe, and Stinger going to be retaking the role on Vengeful Spirit support. A hero that was banned, and actually we do get to see here, even though it was later on in the draft, is Smash on the Shadow Fiend, and one of my personal favorite heroes. And of course, it seems like the one hero you'd expect Vaughn to be on, because he's going to go in for these suicide missions. He's on the Clockwork.
All right, Mr. Cow actually did not skill up Glimpse to go for the Icarus Dive break. He didn't have a skill. Then he sees Omega Poner fly away, and then he goes for Thunderstrike. Now, that's not terrible, because Thunderstrike is a great harassing tool, and the Phoenix already lost half his health and a Tango. So maybe he's just going to be able to zone him back that way. But there was some real kill potential, honestly, with a Glimpse. In the end, maybe didn't know if he was in range or not. It was a pretty close call, but there is no first blood just yet. But there is going to be a 2 versus 3 of sorts, as we do see this duo up top. So that's the real wild card is when they hit level 2, will they be able to really cause issues for Ifrit going for that safe lane Blink Dagger farm?
Yeah, this is interesting lane. I mean, it's going to be a little bit annoying. You've obviously got the Fire Spirits in another level here. Just Wind Ranger's attack can just be aggravating. And you even have a lot of disables and Glimpse, but both of these heroes have great escapes in the Wind Run as well as the Icarus dive. So they'll good communication for Not Today if they want to kill one of these guys up top.
The real question is if they see the Sentry Ward, and I'm not so sure. I click on one of the sentries, they don't really fully. Okay, it is just within the range. Yeah, that is the block out there, so it is very close. But they are able to open up their pole camp when the 2-minute spawn comes through. So top lane, they should be able to manipulate the creep wave well enough that they can force back Phoenix and Wind Ranger, and then it's not going to be as easy of a game for the Wind Ranger to get involved. Now, an important synergy that I want to talk about with the fact that you have both a core Wind Ranger and a Drow Ranger is a Precision Aura with Focus Fire. That is one of the most OP combos you can actually think of. It's like the old Visage Drow. You attack fast. You attack really, really fast, actually maximum attack speed with Wind Ranger, so you get the benefit of that Precision Aura with each right-click really swiftly. But you might be able to counteract it with some blocking items on Ifrit. If he goes Blink into Crimson Guard, or even just a Vanguard, he'll be tanky, and if he gets the Crimson, then his entire team will benefit from it.
Sorry, handling behind the scenes. There we go, we're done. Looking up top, it looks like they've done a decent job of getting farm up here for Void Boys. I mean, Mercy Please has 10 last hits. And again, it'll be a Storm Spirit leading the last hit here, Beyond with 15 to Shadow Fiend. It doesn't, I guess Disruptor's here now, but I don't think he's been there. Smash is struggling to get those early last hits off the ground.
Yeah, beyond showing what he can do on the Storm Spirit, the no tally start gives him the right click advantage. But yeah, I mean, with the buffed up raises, usually you see a better start. So hopefully he'll be able to bounce back better, maybe in his jungle. Right now there are no stacks, and even then he might be competing with Axe for them. There's one double stack, going to be maybe a Wave of Terror pull coming in from the Venge. Yeah, Wave of Terror pull back, and she will get the 55 pull to stack up. I said, oh no, she kind of misstepped it. It's still to the timer.
Aww.
No, it doesn't get out of range in time. You hate to see it, but Stinger, some inexperience shows.
Yeah, saw the animation, thought I was going to complete, and then didn't. I mean, might even be could it be a ping thing too, right? I mean, I'm sure they're,
Maybe.
Peru still? I'm assuming he's also from Peru.
Yeah, presumably. I don't know too much about Stinger, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh well, unfortunate. Lacks or dropped a little bit of efficiency, but he can still make up for it. The double stacks with the Howl of Terror are really nice. Something you can do with that hero.
Yeah, but I believe that he didn't get either of them since the double
Oh,
stack
he didn't
was
get the
there.
first one either. Oh
Yeah,
man.
the double stack was already there. So yeah, just losing out on a bit of experience. He does go for the pull here and cleans it up. But Omega Opponent going for a solo almost. He does get the Icarus Dive and the Fire Spirit burn. So that leaves the Vengeful Spirit dropping down to half HP at the cost of a little bit of the Phoenixes.
Yeah, realizing that the Disruptor's been missing for a while. He's going to get that stack now and control the runes. So good job. He finds the illusion. Smash. Do you want it?
And
Smash?
now that's
I
the
don't know.
stacks you're looking for. You get a Disruptor to help out, so they get 3 camps stacked up. All 3 of them juicy for the Shadow Fiend, juicy for the Axe, and we'll see who they prioritize in terms of getting that jungle farm.
I mean, I would guess the Shadow Fiend, and then, oh wow, first blood is actually going to happen up top. Phoenix. Staying in a little too long there, and Mercy Please going to get caught while he was trying to wind run, so things are not going well. I mean, they were going well for a while, but now they take a big turn as both of those heroes in the offlane fall.
Yeah,
Disruptor gets one,
boost.
and who actually did get the other? Disruptor
Oh,
and
and in
Venge.
mid lane beyond, Smash tried to man up against him, it would seem. This is not your side of the map, buddy, and he goes down. It's not even close, really. The Storm had plenty of HP to work with, so a bit surprising, but as it is, Smash, he has that full bottle that he didn't get to use, and he just really felt cocky in that situation.
Oh, can they? I mean, there's a lot of damage here. There's a Hex on Devon, but they don't want to take any tower hits. Pat Soul, 2 points in Frost Arrows. Does a lot. Chunks down Vaughn every time he hits that Clockwork. And this is not an easy lane for Clockwork either, so don't expect him to get all that much. Using the tree blocks, he was riding the creep in here early on in the game. I sort of pointed it out with the camera. So he's been able to get 14 last hits, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get too many more.
Jungle from the Dire side. They're just going to go ahead and say lanes aren't safe, so we're going to go ahead and take the jungle. Wave of Terror and Counter Helix synergizing well for the Axe. Ifrit even salving up just to get the quick kills on these things with Tranquil's healing too. Smash takes the Eastern camp, so that's a few, I think it's triple for him, and that's pretty solid with the moving up to level 7. I was actually looking at it. Beyond did give, oh, he going right in. This is a dead Smash again. Like,
Yeah.
he's just going to dodge out.
Wow,
Really
nice.
nice execution of that ball lightning, but there weren't even that many souls. It was 22 souls in the Shadow Fiend, so
Uh-oh.
ultimate, but not a devastating one.
Getting cut off from the rune, though. I mean, he used a lot of... He didn't have to dodge that, obviously. Like, he still would have been okay. Maybe he was like, I don't know where the supports or that axe are, so I don't want to get low HP, and used his mana instead. Was hoping for a rune, but gets denied, so that'll slow things down a little bit or force... Yeah, we see the courier coming out now. Holy crap, that courier. Unusual Platinum Baby Roche. That's got to be worth the big bucks.
Yeah, it's Dire Tide 2013, so pretty cool. But Clockwork is going to be bringing down the Lion. That is down bottom. Van now dueling with Patsoul. Up close and personal, Patsoul isn't as strong. No marksmanship to speak of, but he now gets the Gust back off cooldown. Van in retreat, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, so
up
Van
top-
hits level 6 right there. That definitely caught the Lion off guard.
So really nice there. He will lose his clarity to one of the creeps, but the top lane is where the action is going to be. Omega Punter eating a pretty painful battle hunger. I mean, it's just rank 1, but he's already pretty low HP, and Phoenix needs his health pool to survive. Lion is at level 4, 111. Looks like they want to go on Mystic Cow.
Oh, they were looking for the shackle, but it didn't quite go off. I thought I saw the animation start. They'll get one there. It's on to Ifrit, but the glimpse now is going to send one of the aggressors back, and both Ifrit and Miska will be fine. Stinger going to start that rotate back up top, and Vaughn Well, he got that. He hasn't found much CS on this clockwork, but he found that other kill, some more
Mid.
experience, and we might
He's
see
going
him
to be
rotate once
smashed to win this
more.
man fight. Very close call. Magic stick charges, every one of them counting. Just man mode right click back and forth. And that's a huge experience swing back the other way. 780 going to the Shadow Fiend. That's almost his full jump to level 9 just off of that one kill. That is immense. He's going to have treads, magic wand. He's so much tankier than he was before. It's just... It's been a great landing phase for Beyond. He got some good support movements. He got a kind of a freebie when Smash took his side of the river. But ever since Beyond has had this ultimate, he's been playing this lane so damn well. But just a tiny miscalculation, 10 HP off, and it cost him his life. Now going in on Avenge, but Shadow Fiend waiting. Nice double raise, triple is what he's looking for, but can't get it just yet.
Beyond still alive, though. Drow has fallen elsewhere, and Venge is dead here. And that
Oh,
big
so
Requiem
close.
goes off. It gets him very low. The raise, long range, gets them both. And another raise for the triple as Smash smashes them down.
Oh, the power shot hurting him quite a bit, but he just uses that last bottle sip, and he will full heal up at least past half HP. A complete turnaround for Smash. He was 0-2 in this lane, and now suddenly with some great raise execution, he's actually able to use the Venge as bait and get... What? Did you just see his stash? He just filled it up with all these items, finishing treads, finishing his buckler. His headdress is pretty much there too. Like, he is just rocking it. Went from 0-2 to 4-2 in a matter of not even a minute and a half.
And now
That
he's
was
topping the
incredible.
CS as well after getting off to a rough start against Bian's lane dominance. Even the Disruptor coming to help out Smash wasn't doing enough early on. But, you know, he just takes matters into his own hands, and suddenly everything's fine. And now we know why Smash is has such a big following.
Man, no,
There
it was
you
just
go.
incredible. He had a really rough time. Beyond's landing phase was great. He was getting supports to TP in just to hand him his bottle. Now going in for another play. Juicy pickoff now that this guy's got a dominating streak, but can he finish the job? Too much HP. The magic wand. The hook shot. He gets turned around on Beyond. Can't finish the job. The power shot will bring it down at the end. Oh, a mega kill streak. In the balance, Wind Ranger will take up that juicy treat, but still, it's got to be disconcerting for Beyond that he went from such a good start to something that just is falling flat every time.
Yeah, Patsol, though, pushing on that bottom tower, gets quite a bit of damage into it, about half HP, and looking at his build, he's got one Wraith Band up with the Midas, that Morbid Mask, and obviously that's all helping out. You know, everyone here is a ranged hero, so that's good damage. Also goes to show why Storm did have such a ridiculous lane. But a lot of action already, 9 and 4, not today. I mean, again, like, out of the gate swinging, doing a bit better in the kill department with a decent lead now in experience for the time of the game, about 3,000. Gold, though, is, you know, right there on the equilibrium.
Big play is going to happen down bottom. We've got
Yeah.
hookshot coming off cooldown in just 10 seconds. They smoke
getting
up. They might
pinched.
go in before that.
There's going to be a kill. Stormsphere gets Disruptor, but we're looking down here. Bottom Fly is going to fall there, and Vaughn has not had to use the hook. Actually, cannot have used the hook because it was on cooldown, and Patsol, with a nice gust, gets the one person he really needed to, and is able to TP back to safety. So 1-for-1 on the supports all over the map right there.
Yeah, essentially. If they got Patsol, that would have been so much more critical movement down there, but they were a little impatient. Going in without the hook shot there, it just is a much more difficult proposition to get more than one kill on that gank. But they get the kill. At least they get something from the smoke. It's just not as ideal letting the Drow continue to get farmed, because she's going to go... Patsol's, of course, going to go for some farming items first. The Midas next to Mask of Madness, and, of course, some power treads to really get that precision aura kicking. But Dire Tower gonna fall, or Dire gonna get the tower on bottom. The siege creep doing work, and Mechanism is only gonna be... It's actually already up for Smash. Really good. Coming out in the
Holy
courier
crap.
right now. As long as he bottles up the next rune, he can fight anywhere on the map.
I guess those 6 kills in that small amount of a time get you a lot of money. He's got the treads, the mech coming out. Aquila is already finished, so he wants to fight. And are the Void Boys really ready to fight yet? I mean, with the Drow Ranger, with not all that much. Yeah, I mean, if she can stay on the back lines, it's going to be okay. Beyond, though, does have a lot of mana. I mean, 700, he can use that Soul Ring as well to get some more, so he's got some mana to work with. But I'm worried about the control of Not Today. Like, they've got the Glimpse, they've got Cogs, they've got Berserker's Call as well here, just to control everything about the fight, where Void Boys are more relying on, Yes, they've got Lion's great disable, but they need shackle shots, I think.
There's going to be the blink unveiled, but is not actually going to get the taunt off onto Beyond. So Ifrit's going to take a lot of damage, and he's going to go down.
Wow,
no
Miskow
tank on him.
does get a really nice
though.
ultimate here, and that's going to be the bird down. Glimpsing fly back. Now Vaughn is here looking for that hook shot. He's going to get Finger of Death. He does get off the cogs, though. Beyond's going to have to flip out of them with his ball lightning. He'll find Miskow, but he will fall. Beyond with the double, and right now the fight goes 3-4-3. Stinger and Smash still alive. And they will retreat out away from this Wind Ranger. Mercy, please, did have double damage for that engagement.
Yeah, so, I mean, he wasn't really auto-attacking much. He was all the way out by the end of it. Like, he got a couple Focus Fire strikes, but really not much to speak of. We do have, however, like, the end result is actually pretty profitable for the two mids. Beyond stayed up for a really long time in that. Of course, Smash walks away. So they jump up again in farm. Just getting huge. Level 13 Shadow Fiend. You look at the level chart, he's fighting level 6s. This guy is just incredible. And he is going to get even bigger, whether it goes Yules, Blink, BKB. Probably, I would say the BKB would be pretty good here. Like, usually I don't like the double defensive build, but he's just rocking it in levels, and that's what's giving him the damage.
Yeah, when ganks mid fail, the Shadow Fiend Diaries, like, this guy so far ahead. And yeah, like you said, it's fine. Like, he's got these souls, he's got the level advantage. BKB, I mean, still plus 24 or whatever, but very defensive, and I don't know if the Void Boys will be able to deal with them. Do they have enough in the tank, not today, though, to actually chase down all the members of Void Boys and actually get a team wipe? Because, I mean, there's a lot of escape here, at least the Storm, the Phoenix, and the Wind Ranger.
As much as there is escape, there's chase. We got Blink Dagger now in Shadow Fiend, but also has been up for a bit for Ifrit. No, the hook shot again, but he's got so much mana.
Oh, where were the cogs? You need to, yeah, okay, nice. They're going to chain it up perfectly, I think, with that silence. Cogs to push, and that's going to be the kill for Clockwork. He's still in a bit of trouble with Fly and Omega Pointer. The dots will be enough. More dots! They don't need any more. They're good. But Ifrit and Sting are coming in. That's nice. They're going to get a call there. The swap back. That puts them a little closer to the axe. The Battle Hunger now rank 1, but the shackle onto both of those heroes. Going to lock them up, and now Fly's like, nice. Easy experience for me.
But that is really, the tail end of that fight is only the Venge going down, and Smash takes the mid tier 1. Yeah. So, although it's nice for Wind Ranger to really get involved and finally find some momentum, 3-1-1 for Mercy Please, it's still Smash building forward. And he's got Invisrune active, the Requiem waiting. He just needs to find the target. Now, they saw this Invisrune. Most really good professional players, right, when they see the Invisrune, they time it out. They say, how long has this been in the bottle? How long do we have to worry about getting one-shot by this ultimate? But I'm not sure if they were paying that close of attention. We'll have to see.
Well, I'd love to see a Ground Zero Requiem of Souls from Invis, but I think, well, I know now that if Ifrit moves in, they're just going to go for this Roche instead. Pings coming out here from the Lion looking for some wards, maybe. I don't know if those pings are for go check Roche. It might just be they might have warded there. And
yeah, they're centering it, and they're going to have plenty of time with this medallion with the Wave of Terror. The Radiant just don't see it. They saw the Venge move slightly.
Now. There it is.
Shot, and here's the invade. They can get the high ground egg.
It goes out. Oh, what a beautiful hook shot from Vaughn. Catches Mercy as he was going for the shackle shot, and now he can't get anything. He will fall. One more power goes out. Miskow on point with these ultimates from the Disruptor. It's 1-for-1 right now. Actually, Storm and Clockwork buying back on each side. Now Smash trying to get out. He's going to go down for his first time. And that's also going to be a buyback. Ooh, double kill. Vaughn coming in with the rockets. Nicely done. Now Beyond going to get back into the fray. Going in onto Ifrit. Good cogs there from Vaughn once more. And even better is this wall here. Static field from Miskow trying to hold them in the river. Fly draining mana from the high ground here. They're going to need something. Disable another rocket with a Thunderstrike and a negative earn there onto the Drow. Brings her down. Can they get... Well, they can't get the team wipe because Lion's already gone. And Beyond had enough mana to go ahead and get out of there. So 19-15, Roshan is low, and a lot of buybacks already spent. So it looks like not today will be okay to get this.
So fight recap shows that almost no net gold chain one way or the other. It's like a 320 or 420 advantage
420.
Net worth change overall for Void Boys because of the double buyback from not today, but they get the Roche and that pays for it. So in the end, everything comes down even, except there is one more buyback on cooldown for not today, and Smash has an Aegis. So if he can take this, turn this Aegis into objective, and they can wait out those 6 minutes, not today are really happy with that. But he still needs to farm up a few more souls, and I kind of feel like they do have to
make
some
these ancient stacks.
Oh, beautiful.
Axe getting a lot from this. He went for the Vanguard, the Blink Dagger. Tranquils has now 800 gold. And actually, they weren't really... Effort did actually get that, but looks like Smash was going for some as well.
So smoking up, the Radiant Observer Ward might have seen Clockwork. He was pretty much on that edge, but they didn't ping, so I'm assuming they did not catch him. They assumed he just walked into fog, so he's open.
He's low on mana, though. I guess he's got the bottle here that he could use. Rocket coming into scout. Don't hook the creep wave. Smoke has not broken. He's still looking for an opening here. Vaughn can't quite find it.
If nothing else is obvious, like it's raising down the creep wave. They know now for sure. And I'm guessing they communicated that smoke through things other than pings because they seem to be pretty well aware of the threat. So do you think that there is much pressure for Not Today to make use of this Aegis and get a real objective? They're going to go for the tier 2 here, but do they have to with the consideration of the mid to late game of Void Boys?
I mean, I want to say I feel like both teams are, no one I think is extremely favored in the late game. I may be a little worried about Drow Ranger if she finds some space. Like that hero, even with no items, like even less items than a Shadow Fiend will just hit so incredibly hard. The laser finger here from Line is also still quite a bit of damage, even at this stage. If he gets rank 2. I don't know. I don't think Not Today feels too pressured.
Okay. And it is going to be them making another good trade. Defending their tier 2 up top, killing off the tier 2 in mid, and just getting more map control overall. But I gotta say, we just still can't count out the potential physical damage of the Wind Ranger and Drow. They really bring a lot to the table. Of course, Drow has to go for a defensive build here. They're under a ton of pressure, so it's going to be a BKB for her. Not even instead of the Mask of Menace. It's just casual Morbid to make jungling easier. But once she starts actually building up those Agi items, Mercy Please is going to be... Oh, initiation. Nice Force Staff. The Shackle as well. The Blade Mail does make it a little difficult. The Static Storm, but Van will fall.
I'm trying to zone him a little bit. Oh, Fly's actually going to go down here. I think. What level is that on Thunderstrike? One more should get him. Yeah, Misko actually survives. Oh, the Phoenix, though. More laser beams coming in, and finally the Disruptor will go down. Pat Soul feeling good about just getting to lock on a target and keep on shooting those arrows.
Phoenix has been doing some real work this game. Omega Poner, especially in that Roche fight, just made an incredible contribution. Got the full Phoenix Egg off, stunned out everybody, and then cleaned up hardcore. Obviously, in the end, we kind of feel Not Today benefited from that because of they got the Roche in the end. But if not for that Phoenix play, then it would have been much more disastrous for Void Boys when they invaded. Anywho, BKB will be the next item for Shadow Fiend. Another Invis rune, but no bottle to maintain it.
All right, we got Treads coming out for the Vengeful Spirit, along with the Medallion already, and there's another good item coming out. It's going to be the Crimson Guard. Try to mitigate some of the damage from the Focus Fire, and obviously just everyone being a ranged hero can, I guess, to an extent, just take away the Precision Aura damage.
Yeah, so real quick, some math on the Crimson Guard is that if you're just comparing it to what the Precision Aura brings, top lane, it's going to be Stinger to go down to Beyond pretty easily. He keeps jumping, no Magic Missile will connect, and therefore no hope for the Venge to get out of there alive. But yeah, if you're just talking about Precision Aura right now giving 44 damage. That alone is almost entirely blocked when Crimson Guard is active. 50 damage block and then 2 armor. So what it actually equates to is if the Drow has 150 agility, Precision... okay, Van, that's not the spot to be. Gets just crushed by a Shackle. Really nicely done by Mercy Please. But I'll get through this point eventually. If Drow has 150 agility, then the Precision Aura versus the Crimson Guard does nothing. So all auto attacks, the Crimson Guard nullifies Drow's contribution in a team-wide sense. Of course, she does her 150 more damage because she's the one with the agility, but as a whole, Crimson Guard against fast auto attacks and against a lot of ranged heroes, it's a very good item to have. So they'll survive for a while. Whether or not it'll make the difference to save a lot of lives, it remains to be seen.
They're going to find Stinger?
A lot of pickoffs.
Yeah.
If you look at the Radiant Observer boards, they've got a pretty good web of vision.
They get Drow on the bottom lane, so who gets the better one here? Obviously, Clockwork was caught out first on Not Today, so they kind of lost 2 in this game. But Not Today does find the Drow Ranger here in bot, and they want to hit these towers. Smash does do a bit of damage right now, 181 with his full souls. And Wind Ranger trying to hold this off. Tower, do they want to use the glyph here? Looks like they will not have to. Creep Wave will go down, and I don't know. Actually, it does look like they're going to stay. Clockwork is back, so I guess why not? Drow's down for another 25 seconds here. Can maybe force a glyph.
Yeah, I don't think you can really bait this position, but you can keep pushing. Ifrit's going to be your man ready to initiate. The Clockwork on the side, he's got a pretty good hook ready. So these two heroes just make it so that a defense has to be S5. Void Boys have to know the enemy position, and they have to go all together. So if Drow wants to be involved, she has to TP forward, and that's going to be the catalyst for the fight.
Ifrit gonna go in and get two smashes there. Crimson Guard off. Two heroes just vaporized right there. Now they're gonna continue to fight with the power of the Crimson Guard. It's great for diving those towers. Look at these cogs. Perfect position. That makes Patzel have to go north, and he gets dunked on. Ifrit with a double kill. Tier 2 tower to topple. And this might be the game.
She had buyback for her first death, but the second one, it's too costly. She dies, she loses gold again. He buys a Blade of Alacrity and a TP scroll. Those items in his stash is literally his buyback cost. It's cost 740, and he's sitting on 1100 in bank. So it's actually terrible that he bought before he died. He can't get back in. They can't hold these racks. Storm will certainly try, but one's already gone.
And the important one, too. Like, they get the melee right there, and no problem. Going to clean up the other one. Hero Shackles onto Lana Misco, but they're going to back off unscathed. I mean, unless Storm does something crazy right now, the Shackle's still on cooldown. They're going to turn it again. Smash going right back in. Requiem will go off, and another person down. There is buyback here on the Ranger. They're able to attack down the Supernova, and everyone is falling. That's another, what, 2-3 deaths right there? 3 now? Although, starting to pay the price a little bit. Not today will lose the Axe and the Clockwork, glimpsing beyond back, however. Wow, that's insane for the Void Boys.
This is brutal. I mean, dropping down, losing the racks, getting completely wiped out.
Look at the graph. It's like literally someone just... If you were running at the graph, you would have just hit a wall right now.
And just get like a line rider or one of those ski games where you have the little dude going on it, and suddenly he hits the diamond slope.
Suddenly death.
But yes, taking down the full lane. Gold for everybody on NoT today. And it's just been great execution. Ifrit found the openings, and I gotta say, Void Boys, they were a little too quick to clump up in that spot. Like, you know, in this little staircase down on the bottom lane, defending your tier 2, that's what they're waiting on, is for you to jump into that. If not the Axe, then the Disruptor. Disruptor was further back, but yeah, in this case, the Blink Dagger, it makes that happen. And they did it about 7 or 8 seconds before Patzel could even possibly get into it. So they didn't have 5 people. They didn't have Precision Aura. They just went in, got jumped when they were only as 4, and now not today.
Look at this item.
They take the money, and with all that gold, it's going to be churning out an Aghanim frickin' Scepter for Disruptor.
Yeah, so Void Boys have a 6th hero, Void, which I actually must admit is kind of confusing. I've tried to click on it a couple times, and like, wait a minute, that's not a hero. So they've got a Spirit Void, but now NoT today has a Spirit AoE Doom with his Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor.
Okay, I don't follow that logic.
You're not following that logic? All right, someone is. Someone somewhere.
We've got the disable that draws BKB. That's
maybe just me. Rosh has got me, but he's going to die in like 10 seconds, so I'll be alone once more.
When under the Static Storm, the Wind Ranger can't force or BKB. The Drow can't BKB or Midas.
Oh my god, the efficiency lost.
And then, of course, the other big one is the Mechanism. Suicide's not the worst thing to lose. You probably want to... It's definitely an option you want to have, but it's generally not the thing that you're like, oh crap, I can't suicide.
Efficiency lost seems like a good name for a Dota 2 memoir or novel.
Truth. That's Eternal Envies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably Eternal Envies. Poor guy.
Okay, so we've got pretty much just a few minutes left here. If this Aegis is gonna do what I think it's gonna do, they're gonna be able to push on this. Ifrit's waiting for the clump. If he activates the Crimson Guard and BKB, then he should be absolutely fearless to just jump in and lay waste to the opposition. As far as this Butterfly, usually I'd like to talk about counters, but really the 1 point in Hex, I don't think is going to do it. This guy's got BKB, Butterfly, 9-second BKB. Even if Fly gets 2.5 seconds to disable, they have to chain it up with everything else, the Shackles, and so on.
Yeah, and I don't think Smash is going to be... I don't think he's going to be able to get to Smash to Hex him, because Ifrit is going to be jumping in, or even if he does get Hex, Stinger is there, who is now invisible on my screen. Always the Venge that gets this weird bug, but even smoking behind this. I think they saw that. And Vaughn actually misses his initiation, almost hitting his allies right there. They were trying to get aggressive. They were trying to get up there and get another lane of racks. And I think at that point, they've ended the game if they find two. But
they get the ward down. We'll see. Probably sentry drop down. Yeah, Fly's ready for it. They can't. Can they do have a force staff? They do have a force staff on Van, but the ward is already expired, so they can't force somebody out of the base. Just gonna have Smash on the front line. He's got 2 lives. He can just literally walk up to at least the lower level of maximum range and hit the tower because he has that second life and he's confident to swap out. Maybe Stinger's looking for it. If they do, they can taunt that person. Otherwise, they save the taunt for jump on Mercy, please. Mystical looking for this static, but they just wipe him out.
Yeah, for the swap though, I feel like Stinger just wants to wait and use that for his team. They got plenty of initiators. Oh, the ultimate though for Misco is not good. It's instant, but it did not land on the Storm in between the ball lightning, so they're not able to catch him out, and that's a big part of their arsenal. But look at the tier 3 tower. It's already so low. There is a glyph of fortification here. They're going to have to use it now. But with no Wind Ranger, 5 on 4, I mean, they have used quite a few of their abilities. Hook, though, is back, or was not used already. Tower's down. Cogs to sort of isolate. He's going to hook out, actually, back onto Beyond. Beyond is still alive, but for how much longer? Smash is starting to turn around, trying to switch targets, but now getting hit in the back by Omega Poner and Patsol. Then finally gets a kill on Beyond. That's going to prompt a buyback and a big jump in from Beyond. That's going to bring down Disruptor immediately, but he's caught, and that's the dieback down for 75 seconds, and Smash still with 2 lives right here, slamming on the melee barracks. And that's down. I mean, 28 minutes, losing 2 lanes of racks. Void Boys not going to be eliminated if they do drop this series, but I don't know. I guess it's going to stay in it to the very bitter end here. But this game has gotten very, very difficult.
He's not going for the heroes like Ifrit is. Ifrit's delaying it. He's blocking. He's BKBing. And he's on the run. 3 seconds to the blink, and yeah, he will be able to get out. But yeah, Smash was just there for the racks, and 4 racks down. If the game wasn't pretty much over, we're now seeing it just jump to nigh impossible. They have a summit to climb, and I don't see
Everyone's got a summit to climb in the Summit 3, Blaze.
Exactly. It's just that. And, well, I don't really see them pulling through. It's going to be, even though the Static Storm didn't connect in that fight, we still just saw the fact that they couldn't focus Smash, which they really want to, but Aegis makes him probably the 4th priority for their team.
Oh no,
Fly. Double raise, can Smash get it? No Blink Dagger, but the Flutter movement speed.
Nice.
Just right click, no, it's down to 20 HP. The Rocket Flare is gonna bring them that MLG no scope play.
Oh yeah. Smash still with his Aegis. What's the time on this? Let's go back to the Roche pit. 2 minutes or a minute and a half still? So yeah. Or wait, is it 3 minutes? Yeah, because it's 5 minutes now. It's no longer 6, right?
It's 5.
Yeah, okay, so 30 seconds. Got it. All right, so maybe not going to make the difference, but if we look back at the last fight in mid, Smash never went down anyways. And honestly, Vaughn wasn't able to do too much. He didn't really have a great hook, but I did think he had a pretty good cogs by the racks. We'll see what he can do this time. We see him positioned there off to the side, looking for someone on the back lines. Can't really keep in Storm, but anybody else. Are there
Regen canceled immediately, so he has no Aegis, and he's stuck at half HP until he mechs up or gets earned up. Oh, lots of earn of Shadows charges for Mysticow after those 2 successful fights.
So anyone he gets in the cogs, obviously Storm can get himself out. I guess Phoenix can maybe just egg or something, but there's also a Force Staff on Wind Ranger, so she can get herself out, and if she's paying attention or decides to, could get an ally out of those cogs. So those are the answers to the Clockwork a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, if Clockwork hits someone and then the Static Storm goes on to Wind Ranger, then she can't use items or abilities, so...
Yeah, but without the Aegis, they're kind of just, they have this chokehold on Void Boys. These lanes that are pushing in have super creeps, and as such, not only is it forcing them to stay in their base to clear them out and defend the Ancient, but it also has reduced golden experience for them. So this leaves Not Today to try to farm both jungles and maybe find a pickoff here. Beyond all alone again. They don't have disables though, so he should be able to just go for the ball TP. Should be able to go for there it is.
And yeah, he makes his way up there. Oh! Barely, actually. It was pretty close. He was maybe a little nervous. He will stay alive to fight another day, but they're down 10 kills, down 4 racks. 12,000 gold. Only like 9,000 experience. What's the time on that Roche? Anywhere from like, what, 2 to 5 minutes? So it's still going to be a while before that comes back up. I don't think Not Today really need to wait for it, though.
But, I mean, there's nothing, they're not risking anything by waiting just 5 minutes. The game is so very firmly in their grasp, but it's not like, oh man, this Drow might suddenly come out with a blink dagger. Like, I don't know, right now, Void Boys is just trying to farm their buybacks. They have 3 buybacks up, or sorry, 2 buybacks up, 3 to go, and they have enough gold for 3. So they get the Aghanim Scepter for Clockwork. If they find a pickoff, they'll surely waltz right in back into the base. But otherwise, they can just play it smooth and clean and get that Roche to secure the win.
We've got a Scotty coming out for Smash. Everything on the courier is very close, and he's actually taking an Ancient stack here from Void Boys, so not going to be far off from that. And that's going to hurt. He's going to turn into a Drow Ranger, basically. Well, in the sense that he'll have Frost Arrows, I guess.
Yeah, the game should be over 5 or 6 minutes, presumably, but we'll see here. We've got, obviously, the last vestiges here. They can wait us out if they need to, but Aegis and Cheese is going to be coming out, and we'll see the timer very, very shortly.
Yep, so that's definitely what they're waiting for. I'm surprised they're also grouped up, just being really careful about this game. Not wanting to maybe just have a pick off and like, great, now I got to wait 40 seconds. Oh, Drow Rangers farmed up another item. They're wanting this to come up immediately. They're checking it as soon as it possibly could be up, and now we finally know definitively it's going to be up in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. And of course, they've got Clockwork standing in there now, but even if they're not, Rocket Flare, ever since they randomized the Roche respawn, Clockwork has been a great asset to your team just to spot it out.
So they'll wait that one through. I don't really think any other major items are going to be coming out in that time period. Drow Ranger could actually, since she knows the end is nigh, I would say Patzel uses his Midas for the last time and then sells it for something. Because really that 30 attack speed is not going to do much, and you literally, I can't see the game going for another 200 seconds, maybe 100 seconds, but they gotta make their final stand. And
100, 99. 98.
The clock ticking down. Just have a Midas timer in the top right corner. Please.
Oh yeah, did anyone recently use a Midas? I literally thought I just heard one, right?
Yeah, Drow did.
Oh, so there's our timer. That's probably...
Yeah, you were literally counting down with her cooldown.
I wasn't even looking at him that good.
Smoke coming out. Could be a good play. 45 seconds on the Roche. They know it's up soon. They have to make it now. Smash is the Hex target. No evasion. No chance to BKB. He's down, and he will not have buyback, but he gets the Requiem!
And he's still fighting. Everyone's so slow. He pops that BKB. Wind Ranger will go down. He finally goes. And along with him, that Vengeful Spirit. So a 1-4-2, and Void Boys, good strike. Roche, though, not up yet. It is soon. I don't know still, though, if they're going to be able to capitalize on that. In terms of getting Roshan, but I mean, obviously going to find some farm. Maybe another kill here. Vaughn has Ags, though, so everything is very difficult now with such a big ability on a 12-second cooldown. They're going to go in, and Phoenix, actually, if he stays for even just a second or two, they all leave, and it literally spawns, and I think the Rocket is just getting the face of Roshan there, so Not Today actually knows something that the Void Boys don't, but it's still going to be at least a minute before anyone gets into that pit.
So, I mean, the fact that Void Boys weren't able to take the Roche off of the Shadow Fiend pickup is kind of a blessing for Not Today. They can actually end this with Cheese, and so far Void Boys haven't gone in for it. Without the Supernova, without Mana on the Storm, they're just not confident, and that should just be a clear Roche for Not Today under that circumstance, and we're back to where we started. Even though it was a great pickoff on Smash, the most critical hero, and with the time where he didn't have buyback, they're so far behind that even 5v4 they can't press that advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that was almost like, that was obviously step number 1 of getting back into this game if you're Void Boys, but unfortunately I think there's maybe like 100 or so steps. Like, if they had all their racks, like, that was probably it. Maybe the equalizer, but I don't think it's the case this time. I mean, let's look at the graph. Still, it's 12,000. Gold or experience was to 11,000, and it's brought back a little bit after those pickoffs. And maybe we find some more. Oh, the Arctic Blast does not quite catch onto the Phoenix. Smash, though, now chasing, and there's Vaughn with a nice stun up and completely disabling up Mercy Please. Not really able to do anything. Maybe a couple attacks, and now Ifrit just charging on through. Crimson Guard trying to keep their disruptor up. That's who beyond, and it looked like the Drow were focusing, just trying to kill a disruptor because they really can't get anybody else. And zipping and zapping a lot of mana, but he's completely out now. Some mana regen, but it will not be enough. Swapped back into the Axe Call. And ladies and gentlemen, this might just be it with a double kill. There's still a buyback here on the Drow, and they'll move into the Roshan pit to get that second to last objective. Rosh? Well, okay, maybe there's 3. Rosh, Rax, Throne, but they could just go Rosh, Throne.
Certainly could. Mechanism drop down. Smash doesn't need that utility nonsense anymore. He's the hard carry that Not Today deserve, and seems to be the one they need right now as well. As the Aegis is picked up, the march down to the mid lane, the tier 4s already in shambles, and Phoenix gets a Midas. You know, gotta pad those stats a bit.
Of course, gotta look good on the stat screen, win or lose. Like, yeah, I had a rapier, you know, my team threw, though. Couldn't do much about it. I tried. That's what I do anyways. All right, tier 3 tower up top. The glyph will go out. Drow, Patsoul back up in about 7 seconds. Going to be 14 for the Storm Spirit. And there is no glyph here, so this is going to be that fight. We've got the Aegis, and we've got the cheese. The cheese on Axe is almost scarier. And they wait.
No, I mean, they'll just should be able to go in with the next creep wave. It's coming now. There's nobody blocking it other than one random siege creep. Cardi doing the best he could, but rip.
Vaughn was really, really close to hitting Patsoul, but there was a creep in the way. Secret Service creep protecting Patsoul, taking the bullet, but Ags is there, so Hook is already available once more.
And look at this wave up top. There's no way that they can let this slide. This is the final countdown.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, I'm bad. But either way, here we go. Tower getting low. Phoenix trying to keep Mercy Please alive, but there's just too much damage. Now the Sunray wasn't able to get anything done. Smash with a double kill. The GG, well played, comes out there for Mercy Please. Quickly, 4 people are obliterated beyond the last one. Up a little bit longer with the BKB, and that is it. Not Today take this series 2-0 against the Void Boys, and we'll move on to the semifinals to face the winner at a best of 3 between Leviathan and Wheel Wreck While Whistling. I think they're just going by Wheel these days, though, so that should be another good series, I think. I don't know what the schedule is for today, honestly, but coming up either today or tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it should be. I don't think they're going to delay it. I think it will be today. The question is who and where, but you'll see it soon. Just keep an eye on Beyond the Summit or Beyond the Summit 2, and it will be hosted on whichever stream it does come up on, one of those two. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Once again, this has been Helium and Blaze. Check out my awesome main caster here at Heliumbrella and myself at Blaze Casting. It's been a pleasure to cast up this best of 3 with you. Not today with the 2-0 moving on forward as the victors. Really nicely done by them, and I look forward to seeing more action from them. Anyways, that's it for now. We'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, peace out, guys. And if you want to see some Counter-Strike action, I'm casting that in literally a minute. So hit me up on Twitter, and let's have some fun. Peace.